All right. I really hope someone here knows Japanese. Please, please tell me that the first thing this chapter opens up with is just a funny mistranslation, or a translator was being cheeky, or does Ruby in the official Japanese version of this series, which is the like regular version, no translator, does she really say, I'm B, bro, give me your juice? Because okay. Hello everyone, and welcome to chapter 34. What am I saying? Chapter 124. I can't even think right now. Of Oshi no Ko. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. I think I'm like 2 days late. Sorry. But I'm here now. And I just want to talk about this chapter because, oh my god, we waited 2 weeks. And what did we get at the end of this tunnel? Bro, give me your juice. Now, hold on, okay? Hold on, because I have a few things to say, but let's go down this chapter and kind of really examine what happened in this chapter. So, okay, obviously we see Ruby way more cuddly buddly with Aqua. We know why. You saw the last chapters, you saw the controversy, you saw everything, the shipping, everything. We're finally seeing the fruits of the 2 week wait labor. So we see Ruby hug Aqua, they're super close, and Aqua is just like, buy one yourself. Don't give me your juice. I don't want to give you my juice, whatever. So, like I predicted with my analytical brain, Aqua didn't just automatically give in to Ruby after he found out who she really was in her past life. Like, he's still acting very Aqua, but Ruby is acting very, very more touchy feely with him. Um, and then okay, this is funny because Kana is seeing this new relationship go down, and she's freaking out. Kana's like, why, why are these siblings so lovey, so touchy, so clingy? And obviously, as we know, Kana has the biggest crush on Aqua. So clearly, she's very she's a little thrown off about all this, and Ruby's just basically saying like, oh, Aqua and me used to fight a lot, but now everything's good because we patched things up. And Kana's telling her like, okay, this is way too extreme though, and okay, then we see the infamous panel of Ruby sitting in Aqua's lap. And honestly, when I saw this, I thought it was fan art. I literally put the scan in a previous video because I thought it was fan art, but it's real. It's real. Now, okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Because you might think, okay, incest arc happening, it's time. No, I don't think so, because this is not, it's weird, right? But it's not so weird that I haven't seen this in another anime sibling relationship and other stuff. The only reason why this is extra weird is because of Ruby basically saying, "Oh, I have feelings for Aqua." But if this was any other anime relationship, it would just be like fan servicey. Oh, they're just very like they're just the sibling is are very protective of each other. So I don't think this is going the route that people are like freaking out over. I do think that this is still just playing off like basically a tease from the author. But I don't think that this automatically means they're gonna date or anything. But it is kind of funny that they didn't like just gloss over it. They were actually seeing how Ruby is treating Aqua now, which is obviously way different than she ever treated him in these past 100 whatever chapters. And Kana's there to see it. And Memcho is over here just being like, maybe she just needed a shoulder to lean on. She's been so busy. She's a lot of stuff going on with with the Bikomachi. Now she's an actress, and now she's doing all this and all that. And Kana doesn't want to hear it. She's like, whatever, whatever, whatever. And basically they're just kind of talking about how Aqua, I'm sorry, about how Ruby has a lot going on, a lot in her plate. You know what I mean? Like, she has schoolwork, then the idol thing, then the acting, then the freaking whatever. Then she goes on, she streams Minecraft at 8 p.m. She has a lot of stuff going on. And then they're like, damn. Then they're like, we really hope the president Miyako, the go, Miyako. Miyako, the stepmom that stepped up. The real, honestly, Miyako, top three character in this series. Okay, she started off as like some 20 something year old, like arm candy girl for the last president. She's like, I'm only with this old ugly dude because I want to date some hot actors. She was in there for basically just to meet some people, just to mingle. She wasn't really about the business life. She was probably, I don't know, like a waitress or something, or maybe he just found her like on the freaking street. I don't know. But then when the whole divine intervention thing with the babies happened, a switch flipped. But I would like to think that Miyako actually grew attached to the siblings, over the years, and now she genuinely sees them as her kids, which is amazing. And she's a goaded manager carrying the entire Strawberry Productions on her back. And basically, you just see her making some business calls, putting in work, emptying her schedule, they want Ruby in a 28-hour television charity event, and she's just doing all this and that. And you see that Aqua specifically told Miyako to stay away from the agent named Tendoji, which, as we know, is Serena's mom. So this leads me to believe that Aqua knew. Now I don't know when this conversation happened. It could have happened a few chapters ago. It could have happened like very recently. But I think this conversation happened before Aqua told Ruby, "Oh, I know who you are," basically. So which means we still don't know how Aqua found out. We still don't know. But we do know that Aqua and Serena's mom did meet. So I don't know, maybe the name. I guess just knowing her name, he's like, "Oh, I remember you." I guess yeah, they must have seen each other. Now that I think about it, I guess Aqua as a doctor had to have seen his patient's mom, even though she wasn't in the hospital very often. I guess maybe he just remembered, even though it was like 16 years ago. But I mean, I guess he has a good memory. So yeah, maybe that's what happened. But anyways, basically he's like, don't let Ruby see her, and she's just like, okay, I'm not even gonna question about it, but okay. And then we just kind of go through, like, again, we're going back to the business side of Oshinoko, which is my favorite part of Oshinoko. And of course, Oshinoko shows you how it's so hard to be an actor, how it's so hard to be a singer, how it's so hard to be an idol, how it's so hard to be a manga artist, how it's so hard to be all these things. And I was saying how hard it is to be a manager, to be in the background, to be in the shadows, to do all these little calls, conferences, meetings, boom boom bada boom bada ya. And not only is Miyako in trouble because she's like, I have so much stuff that I have to figure out for Ruby as my agent, or as my client, I should say, but also as my daughter. She literally says, as a mother, what should I do? She really truly sees Ruby as a mother. Now, we know that Ruby doesn't see her as a mom, but you know what? That's fine. One sided relationship. Don't worry about it. Miyako's still the GOAT. And basically she just kind of goes in like, this is the entertainment world. If we don't move right in a year, no one would remember Ruby. That's it. New thing comes out, everybody goes to that new thing, forgets the old thing. And she's basically being like, nah, but not Ruby. Ruby can make her dream come true, which is, of course, Ruby can make I's dream come true. And Miyako is like, I am determined to make sure that she's gonna do it. And she's basically like, I know Ruby can do it, but can I do it? Ichigo, the previous president, she's like, what would you do? I wish you were here. This is too much for me. But honestly, we know that Miyako got this. We know that she doesn't need him. But as in a moment of weakness, as she's sitting there in a bar, drunk, late, 3 in the morning, she's she's asking the bartender for food, at this point breakfast. And the bartender's like, dude, this is a bar, okay? If you need food, go somewhere else. And basically Miyako's like, I am stressed out right now. Just give me whatever you got in the back. She whipped her up some like frozen dino nuggets. And basically she's just always like, she's just stressed. She's just venting to the bartender. She's just venting about her kids and her job, and how she doesn't have no one to rely on, and how all this is stressful, and how work, and how this. And the bartender's like, okay, lady, whatever, you bought like $300 worth of drinks, so I'll hear you out. And then out of nowhere you hear, bartender, give me the usual. Who is that but none other than Ichigo. Ichigo and Miyako. Oh, they're back. They're back. I should say he's back. Now, obviously, we know that he's been helping Aqua in the shadows. He's taken up a life of a humble fisherman, or whatever he's doing. He's like homeless. I don't even know what he's doing. He's always just crouched up in the side of the beach, and Aqua's been, talking to him. But this is the first time we see the ex-lovers. They're talking to each other again. It's been probably years after, since he quit Strawberry Production. I'm pretty sure he quit very, very soon after I death. So it's been at least 10 years, I want to say. And what does this mean? Does this mean Ichigo is finally gonna join Strawberry Productions? I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say because I feel like if Ichigo does join Strawberry Productions and then starts moving things and then starts turning everything around and then makes Ruby a star, right? I feel like that kind of undermines Miyako's ability as a manager. It's kind of like being like, oh, this whole time you were waiting for me to come and just rescue it, and basically kind of saying like Miyako couldn't do it, I can. I wouldn't like that, especially because Miyako has such an interesting character arc that I feel like Ichigo just coming in and taking all the glory would kind of like, would kind of just hurt her character in general. But honestly, if they do end up working together, like maybe he's like, I'll join, not as the main manager or anything, but maybe like an advisor. I do want him in the story. I like him a lot. I think he's a good character. But I also don't want him, like I said, his presence to mess up anything that Miyako's got going on. But obviously, she's very stressed. She would probably appreciate some staff. So I'm sure something crazy can happen. No break week next week, so we're right on schedule. And yeah, I mean, honestly, I enjoyed the bottom half of this chapter a lot more than I enjoyed the first half because although Oshinoko has really good relationships and like a lot of fun character banter, I really like the story. Like I said, just like the business aspect, kind of like laying in, like opening. Like my favorite arc is the play arc, which is like everybody's favorite arc. But I really enjoyed the part where they really focused on the manga artist, which I'm blanking on her name, but that little moment when she's making like 25 chapters a day and she can't sleep and she can't eat, and they kind of go into detail of like what she's up to and how she's doing and how she's breaking, it's just all those like industry stuff. Because I mean, obviously the theme of the series is everything seems like sunshine and rainbows. All actors are so happy and beautiful. All singers are so talented and perfect. And then behind the scenes there's a whole world of I mean, you get it, you read the story, you don't have me to tell you that stuff can get crazy behind the scenes. And I just really enjoy that part of Oshinoko. So I felt like this bottom half of the chapter, we're back to what made Oshinoko really interesting, at least to me. And none of this sibling stuff, man. I just want this to be resolved already because it's gonna make the internet just. I don't want this series to turn into incest the manga, because it's so much more. But obviously, bro, give me your juice. It's not helping us at all. So please, once again, if anyone knows Japanese, please tell me the original translation is something else. All right, that's it. Good chapter overall, and yeah, no break next week. So I'll see you then. Goodbye.